more. It is time to unlock the fullness of your satisfaction, of your full potential, of your life. I don't know about you, but this year I want more peace and more profits. And if it doesn't bring me peace, I simply do not want it. If that's you, you're going to love this episode of Social Equity, where I invite my client, Mallory, CEO of VERDE. She is a coach of human design. I'm going to let her explain what human design is, but I'm so excited that she's here because her energy is fire. I'm telling you, you know how you ever meet someone, you're just like, I immediately love them and trust them? You can feel just so much God in her spirit, and it just feels really good and nourishing. Like nourishing energy is the word. And she came to me, I'd say, nearly 5 months ago. And we worked together for 3 months. And her business, I'm looking at my hair, it's kind of crazy right now. Her business has boomed. And I'm very, very proud of all that she's been able to achieve. And she accredits this to following human design and being divinely led by God, which is how I operate. I operate being led by God and being led by strategy. So I'm really glad to bring this former client on. Mallory, you can totally request to come on live. She is going to be giving me a live human design reading. And I want you to experience this so you can see how understanding your human design will be able to bring you more peace, more profit, more satisfaction in your life. Let's get into it. Mallory, welcome to the show. Hi.
Hello.
I'm so glad you're here. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for having me, Sophia, and thank you for that introduction. It was so awesome.
It's all very true. I love being in your energy. I love landing on your TikToks and just like I could land on one of the parts that's like part 5 of 13 and I just know I'm going to get something that God has for me no matter what part I land on. It's just they're always beautiful. Your energy is beautiful, and I love that you show up on social media being fully yourself, and that's just what I teach. And you took action, and that's why you got to exactly where you are in your business. So I'm so glad to have you on as a former PPP client.
Yeah.
And now you're going to be coaching me
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I think it's so awesome, truthfully, just reflecting back on my life and how we were able to meet, because I was truly just following my design. And, you know, for those of you that are not familiar with human design, it's pretty much a tool and resource that I believe comes from God. And it's based on different ancient modalities and modern sciences, including your genetics. So it's extremely tailored and personalized to you. What that means is that no one else in the entire world has your unique human design chart. So it's just incredible. So what I was doing a few months back over the summer was I came across your page, and I recently had discovered, or came out, I realized that I was queer.
Wow.
And so I had seen all of your TikTok videos, and I continuously followed what really excited me. And I saw that you were hosting a masterclass, and I joined the masterclass, and then I invested in PPB. So it was just such a flow and such a satisfaction within my vessel, and ultimately allowed me, through God's guidance, to bring in even more money. So it was just what you taught was, you know, being able to utilize those tools and resources and incorporate that into my own life, for what really stood out to me was so helpful.
Yeah. And what was so amazing is you're so self-led. So you took everything that I gave you, all the framework, all the plug and make money models, and you plugged it in, you went with it, and you made them your own. And you didn't just sit around like, oh, I could like maybe do some of this. You went all in, and that's just why you got to where you're at. So I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, and I feel like this definitely makes sense with the generator energy, with you and I both being generators, and that's something we'll get into.
Yeah.
But there's different types in human design, so it makes sense with, a generator, you're designed to follow what really, really excites you each and every single day. And with that, there was just such this excitement with what was being shared. So it makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And I want to know more about human design for anyone who's never heard of it before. What's the benefit of understanding human design?
Totally. This is definitely a great question. And I feel like the benefit is, as I was explaining earlier, is that's one of the aspects that I love about my mentoring and coaching is it's so personalized, right? Like it's down to, I have your chart pulled up to the left of me, and just looking at your chart and my clients' charts and my loved ones, the benefit is that it really helps teach you and guide you on how you can uniquely be the highest aligned version of you.
Yeah.
It's not this umbrella term of, okay, everyone do this or everyone do that. Like, it's very tailored and personalized. And that's what I feel is really the benefit. And yeah, just you being you,
Yeah.
truly.
Yeah. And I know that you've had so many life changes in human design and God guided you through that. Like, what are the biggest life changes that happened when you discovered human design?
Wow. When I feel like so many things come to mind. When I discovered human design, it was truly this earlier this year. Through that, I quit my full-time job.
Oh, that's
I,
great.
yes,
I love,
quit
we
my,
love to hear that around
yes,
here.
yes, quit my full-time job. That was once really my everything, but it no longer fulfilled me in as I was growing and I was learning that as I was evolving, it no longer fulfilled me, and that was okay.
Yeah.
I realized that I was queer. That was a whole continuous journey on itself.
I love
I mean, yes, those are two things alone. So I think just human design has really allowed me to anchor back down into myself, but most importantly, anchoring back down into God's plan for me. And that's just been so life changing for not only myself, but for my loved ones, for my clients. And I know with what we've conversed about, it's been, helpful for you in different ways too. So I think that that's really how it's changed my life just this year alone.
Yeah, you look fully satisfied, like in your eyes, it's just like you're lit up about everyday life. And I love when you said like you realize you're queer and you follow God, because recently that's been a big thing for me, like coming out of the closet again as a really spiritual person, but also gay, because I feel like this weird space of like, will the gay community be upset that I'm like so obsessed with God? And will the business community be upset because I make God a part of my strategy? And will the Christian community be upset because I'm gay? Like I feel all these things at one time. So I feel like I just relate to you so deeply because I feel like you and I are different, but we're on these similar paths. And thank you for being here. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I feel like that definitely makes sense, especially when I look at your chart and you have an open head and ajna center, which is your unconscious and conscious mind. So basically, what this means
Yeah.
is that
Let's hear it.
you can deeply take on others' thoughts or opinions as your own. So you were designed to be more open-minded. You were designed to be more flowing. And from what I'm hearing, that is what you've been stepping into, is this openness, this flow of, I believe in God, and, maybe that might be upsetting to this community or that community or that community. And it's even getting curious on, okay, are these actually my thoughts, or are these thoughts my parents, my friends, my
Absolutely.
past community? Right. So I think it's really awesome that you are noticing that and stepping into what really excites you uniquely. And again, that's something that we'll get into.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the chart. Like I want to know I want to know what's going to bring me the most joy. I know I introduced this video saying, okay, if you want more peace and profit in 2024, then you might want to understand your human design. And that's my mantra for this year. If it's not peaceful or profitable for me, I don't want it. It needs to be both. Like everything about how I operate needs to be both. Because I've been extremely profitable, but there were moments where I gave up peace because I chased too much. And now I want it to flow to me. I'm asking for more with less. Less anything that just doesn't serve me. I want it to go.
Yeah.
So, and I know there's other people listening right now, listening to the podcast. They're getting ready to make 2024 the best year ever. So how can we use human design to bring us more peace and profit?
Totally. I mean, this is such a great question and also such a great intro. And what I'm hearing is you've experienced this, what do I want to say here? Also, when I look down too, it's me connecting with God. So that's, yeah.
It's okay. I'm looking down. I have some questions I want to ask you. So I always have my laptop in front of me. It's all good, girl.
Okay, great. Yeah. So first, I would like to hear a little bit more before we go into your chart fully. Tell me a little bit more. You mentioned that you are spiritual and that you also love money and helping others really build these strong, profitable personal brands. Tell me a little bit more about, that excitement.
Yeah. So I love, obviously, the contradiction. And I used to think it came from the Gemini in me. But I love the idea that there are people in the world who believe if you love God, if you're spiritual, then you need to be pious and poor. And I want to break that framework and help women make more money than ever. Because for generations, we've made less than men. So what would it be like I know for me, I'm making the most money that any woman in my family's ever seen. And I'm so excited in how I can empower today, talking about hiring someone in my family and to be able to offer that to her and be like, there, look at this abundance I can provide you just for you, like doing this, this, and this for me. And it feels so good. So I'm loving that energy. I want to see other, like when I saw you win and you were like, Sophie, I hit in 1 week of the month all my financial goals for September. Like it was just everything in me is lit up to see another woman winning. And it's like, if I can help you, which I know I can help you, if you follow the PPP blueprint and you take inspired action, you're going to build a profitable personal brand, which, by the way, my program is available in the beta period right now. The lowest price I will ever offer, at a fraction of what it will be in January. So if you're listening and you're like, oh, I feel the call, DM me PPP. We want to talk to you about it. But I just know that it's what I'm meant to do to see other women not be in lack mentality anymore. Because I remember the first time I went to the grocery store and I could buy whatever I wanted. Like, I remember the video you posted the other day about the oranges, like which one lit you up. And it's like, I used to have to shop for the cheapest things. And I remember the first time I could go in and buy the pomegranate seeds I want or the berries. And to me, that will always represent abundance because when I was married and lived in a trailer park and now I'm making $15,000 to $50,000 a month, like I had a $30 grocery budget for the week with the ex-husband. $30. I mean, there was no abundance there, and I tried to be grateful for everything, but I know that like now I know the feeling of just being able to get what I want, and I want all women to be able to feel that. Like there's nothing more empowering than it's the little things. It's being able to take care of yourself in luxurious ways and simple ways. The fact that I can go get infusions or go get a facial all in one day is just, it's magnificent to me. I mean, I will, no matter how much money I make, I will never not appreciate that. So for other people to be able to live their life and take care of themselves and do what they need to do and also not being trapped with a man. Like if you realize you're queer, then you don't need anyone but yourself and God. So yeah, that's why I stayed trapped for a long time. It was that illusion of security.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean this it definitely makes sense, especially with the conditioning that, you know, you can or we, receive in different capacities within society as a whole, right? It's a very white, heterosexual dominated society
Yeah.
that's, yeah, just taught for the woman to really suppress herself in different ways. So what I'm hearing is that there is really this breaking free and you being able to step into your own power, especially in realizing that, I don't need a man,
No.
right? I think that's something that really stood out to myself too, in this realization of everything you desire or see in someone else is a mirror and a reflection of what you also have within yourself. So
Absolutely.
it's so powerful that you have been able to realize that, and that definitely fuels into your energy as a generator. So in human design, there are so many different aspects that I could go over in a human design chart. Again, I'm looking at yours specifically to the left, and everyone's, again, is extremely unique. And there's so many different avenues I can go, but the three most important things, and also some fun tidbits that we're going to go into,
Uh-huh.
is your type, strategy, and authority. Okay,
Okay.
so type, strategy, and authority is pretty much the most life-changing thing and one of the most important things that you can incorporate in your human design. So with being a generator, again, there's 5 different types. With being a generator, you are designed to wake up each and every single day and follow what really excites you. Follow what really, really excites you. So generators make up around the generator type make up around 70% of the population. So most people are generators. And I'm a generator too. So we're very conditioned because we have all of this energy and other people recognize that within us. We're very conditioned to do more shoulds
Uh-huh.
than
Yeah.
wants,
Yeah.
right? There's such a conditioning on generators of, oh, you should go to the grocery store. Oh, you should marry this man. Or, oh, you should do this. You should do that. And we can be so conditioned to go against how our body feels and do what's realistic to
Yeah.
us, when actually our body, our soul is guiding us in a different direction.
And
And
I've
we might
done
not
that.
even.
I've done that for a long time. And like, I was like, this year I'm going deeper into the joy.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and so it's definitely makes sense, and that's something that I still personally am deconditioning. Is we're taught as generators, and I want to even go further and say most of us are taught to initiate in this lifetime. We're taught to, you have to go out and find the clients, you have to go out and find the relationship, you have to go out and find the person, whatever it might be. You have to go out and find yourself. All these different things you have to initiate. But human design teaches that only 7% of our world is designed to do that. Only
Mm-hmm.
7% is designed to do that. And so, for those of you that are watching, you might be thinking, well, what do we do?
Yeah.
What do we do? Like,
So what do you do
how?
if like you want to be in a relationship with someone who's also a generator? You both just kind of sit there and wait for
Mm,
each other?
hmm Yeah, no, this is a great question. And again, it really ties into so many different elements in human design. Whether if you're a manifesting generator, you are designed to inform here and there too, and that's a whole different element. Um, but pretty much for you specifically as a generator, and for other individuals, again, it's very tailored to your unique human design. But you truly are meant to just wake up each and every single day and follow what excites you.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And it can be really difficult because, again, we're conditioned to have this desire of wanting to initiate.
Yeah.
And when we start to initiate more, this is how more frustration can come in,
Yes.
which is a not self theme. So
And
in order.
I'm familiar with those. For everyone who's watching or listening on the podcast later, what are the different types? Because you said there's generator and
Mhm.
then there's manifesting generator, can we just go through them and then how they would figure this out? Would they DM you if they're like, I want to follow along, but I want my own chart? How would they get it?
Totally. This is great. Thank you for stopping me because I can just go.
No, it's okay. Okay. I just want them to like have the opportunity to talk to you to get there.
Totally. Yes. So there's 5 different types in human design. And again, this is composed of different ancient modalities and modern sciences, including your genetics, quantum mechanics, the Kabbalist tree of life. There's so many different components. And for those of you that are listening or watching this replay, watching the podcast or listening to the podcast, you're more than welcome to DM me at VERDE.humandesign. And I'm happy to compose a free human design chart for you and send it over to you in less than 48 hours. That way you can gain some more insight in regards to yourself. So
well, that's what's totally free. You're going to send it for free.
Yes, it is free.
Mm-hmm. We love it. We love teaching a good freebie here.
Yes. That is something that you taught me. It's been so helpful, truthfully, in offering the freebie. So yeah,
it was really fun to help you set up your sequence for people after they email you. And it was a wonderful journey, and I'm so proud of all that you've accomplished. Okay, so let's get back to it. Now they can get it, but for me specifically, if I do not let things come to me, or I'm led by inspiration to start my day and like not following what lights me up, then I get to the not self theme, which is frustration, is what I'm hearing.
Correct. So basically, anytime that you find yourself initiating different things, then this is how you can start to experience more frustration in your life. So whether that's with money, whether that's with clients, whether that's with a relationship, this is because you have, as a generator, we have this warm and cozy and open and enveloping aura that just wants to love and just wants to, it's just this coziness. And with that, there is so much energy that comes. I mean, even those of you that are watching or listening now, you can probably feel me and Sophia's energy as we're talking about things that we really love. You know, there's a lot of energy, and it's specifically tailored to as you're doing what you love. So really down to the clothes that you wear, right? Like picking out, like looking in your closet and moving clothes around to really get curious on what excites you. And as you move your body around as a generator, as you wake up each and every single day and get curious on what's directly in front of me, how does my body feel, and can I listen? There's different responses, which is your strategy. It's basically how you make these day-to-day decisions.
So that's what strategy means.
Correct.
For human design.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So for human design, the day-to-day strategy for you is, as you're following what really excites you, it's getting, or as you're moving your body around, like let's say you wake up and you feel hungry. So you go into your kitchen and you're moving your body around and you open the fridge. And what's really interesting is that, and I was speaking on this in Sent to Yourself with Lauren Courtney, where around 95% of the time we can operate in an unconscious space, from an unconscious mind. So just picking up a banana and eating it, or putting on whatever clothes we want and just going about our day, just mindlessly doing things. And how you can really start to get curious and get into your body, get into your soul even more, is through these little, I'm putting air quotes, little, but they add up, day-to-day tasks. So, you know, allowing yourself to move around and get curious on, you know, does my body feel really excited to eat this banana, or do I feel just meh towards it, right? So there's different responses that can come, and this is tapped into from your sacral center, which makes us a generator. It's this sexual life force, creative energy. So basically, again, generators can wake up with a tank full of gas, and they're designed to use their energy to their advantage when they do what they love, is the key word. If not, that's how, again, they can start to feel even more frustration. So for you and for other generators or man gens listening to this, it's getting curious on, does this feel like a yes to me, right? Like, does this banana or whatever food's in front of me feel like a yes to me?
Yeah.
Is this like a no? A yes feels quite like, you can almost see light per se. It feels very expansive. You're almost already going to grab for it.
Yeah.
It's very forward energy. A no is more contracting in your stomach, kind of like a cramp almost.
And I can feel those very, very clearly.
Mm. Yeah, that was going to be a follow-up question, actually, and that's really great that you can feel that, because all of these are wonderful ways in order for you to really, it's similar to working out.
Yeah.
Right? It's all ways for you to tap into strengthening this sacral, it's a motor center. So tapping into trusting your gut, pretty much.
Yes. No, and the
So,
way that I do this in my business that I'm aware of is I post every day, and I always tell people you have to post every day,
mm,
but you don't have to create every day. You can create when you're inspired
mhm,
and bank that content.
mhm,
So that's something that I live my life by, because you won't wake up every single day feeling lit up about that,
mhm,
right? And
mhm,
for me, it's a hard no in my body when I don't feel lit up about it.
mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah, that's one way that I know I follow it. I think I've been very like confused with relationships because I felt sacral
Mm,
yeses
mm,
and then didn't work. And so
mm,
that's where I'm not trusting myself right
mm,
now.
mhm.
But
Yeah.
in business, it seems to work great.
Hmm. Totally. I mean, this is what I'm hearing, and this is wonderful that in your business, and you're able to just life, you're able to really tap into what I'm hearing is more in the business areas, being able to trust that gut, being
Yeah.
able to trust that. Sometimes you can even, which is another response, you can feel a no for now, which just feels like nothing. So
Mm.
it's being able to remind yourself that you will experience more satisfaction as you're following what really excites you, with you talking about the content. That's a great example, and awesome that you trust yourself in, okay, it feels really exciting and expansive for me to post every single day. And it's also a part of this energy that you're here to be. A part of your purpose is helping others do the same, which is really cool. It's reflected in your cross of incarnation. So
Ooh.
yes. So what's really cool is that you've been able to tap into that. And yeah, really, it's, where do I want to go here? It's getting really curious on, as you follow that, as you follow those yeses, oftentimes as generators, if we feel a no for now, sometimes we still might want to do it, right? Whether that's
Yes.
in our business, it's like, like, I don't feel like doing the content right now, but it's not a total no, or making content right now, so I'll just do it. And this is also how you can start to experience more frustration. So it's coming back to, how can I continuously tap into these yeses and listen and honor if it's a no or no for now.
I
Does
love
that
it.
make sense?
About what about whenever like you have to have structure? Like what if something is never going to be a yes, but it needs to be done because it simply needs to be done. Like I love
Mm-hmm.
cleaning my house. Like I love doing a dish as I literally like eat. I put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think about, do I feel like putting away the dish or not, because I live a structured life where I want my bed to be made. I want my skincare to be done. Like I didn't get where I am by not having structure. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't stop and think about, do I not want to do this? Is it because my sacral yes is yes to structure and this bigger goal
Mm-hmm.
that I don't think about those little things?
Yeah, this is a great question, and this is also reflected in your human design chart. So you have gate 15, so you are designed to follow this healthy flow, and And also with you having a left facing arrow, there's many different areas I can look at this, but you are designed to have a structure. However, you also are designed to have a healthy flow. So if there are some days where you know within yourself that, okay, it does feel overall expansive for me to put away the dish. If you find yourself maybe forcing yourself, or there's a pressure of I have to do it now, it's then being able to trust, okay, how can I just remind myself that in this moment it doesn't feel expansive and that's okay, and I trust that it's going to get accomplished when it needs to get accomplished. It's releasing the reins of the when, because in human design, and also where I feel like this is a beautiful message from God, but we don't have to know the how, we don't have to know the when, we just focus on the now, right? We
That's
focus
good.
on the now.
Yeah, that's so good. And I was using the example of a dish, but it could be a big deal. It could be something in your business. It could be something in a relationship. So for all of us who are wanting to build relationships with clients, build romantic relationships, if we're generators, what does that look like?
Yeah, so again, this is extremely personalized based on your unique human design chart, depending on which centers and also which gates you have. So basically there's 9 different centers in human design. And for you, this really, really, really stands out. And I was so excited to share this with you because I feel like it's really going to resonate. So you have what's called an open or an undefined G center. Okay. So for those of you that are looking at your human design chart, you are a generator because you have your sacral center defined. Okay. So we just talked about the sacral center. It's this sexual life force, creative energy. It literally fuels the rest of the world.
Yes.
So that is second from the bottom, and it's this orange square. So right above that, there is a white or pink diamond, depending on if it's undefined or defined. So that's different. So you have what's known as an undefined G center. And the G center is one of my personal favorite centers. I created a whole course starting in January about it, because that's really where you can look into your chart and get curious on how you can explore and strengthen your relationships, how you can explore and strengthen your career, and how you can explore and strengthen and unlock your soul. This is where your soul resides based on your human design chart. So for you specifically, with having this center undefined, you can see, which is awesome, you can see the highest potential of people right away.
Ooh, I love this for what I do for work. It scares the shit out of me for relationships, though.
Yeah. Right.
I see the best in you.
Yes. So when it comes to client relationships, for example, you're able to deeply feel, is this path healthy or not? So with any center in your human design chart that's open, it's white or undefined, this is where you have empathy. Okay. So in a client relationship, awesome. Yeah, you can see the highest potential right away. And this is one of the biggest areas for me as a human design reader, coach, and mentor to look at in romantic relationships, because if you have this center undefined, this is also where you can again see the highest potential in other partners and other people. So it's really important for you, and kind of also holding on to this, how do I want to say this? I'm trying to think of exactly how I want to share this, but what's coming up is this rose-colored glasses very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
I make tons of excuses for people, not for clients. I see the best in them and I see them as their most empowered selves, but when it comes to relationships, yes, this absolutely makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone else is listening and they're like, oh, I see people through rose-colored glasses, maybe you have a G center that's undefined as well.
Totally, totally. And so what's really powerful, and again, especially with you, I mean, there's all different leadership qualities reflected in your human design chart. So you are here to lead. That is a part of this energy that you are here to be.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to, you can think of all different relationships in your life. When you think of relationships with your clients, when you think of relationships romantically, this is more what's coming through as more romantically. When you find that you're searching or wanting to initiate, right, that initiation piece coming back of, oh, I'm wanting this type of partner, I'm wanting this person or whatever it might be, it's coming back to how can you further love and recognize you?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes, especially with having the center undefined, that can be sometimes the hardest thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That resonates. That
Mm-hmm.
resonates for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, loving. Yeah, this all resonates very,
Mm-hmm.
very deeply.
Yeah. So I think what's really powerful, and especially with having this center undefined, is that in your life and within your clients' relationships, you're able to really feel into within yourself, okay, as I'm guiding so many women in my life, I'm able to feel into, is this path healthy or not that we're going on?
Mm.
And yeah, you can really trust yourself here. Sometimes it can be with you having an open splenic center, that's a different center. It can be, there's a lot of conditioning that can come into play here of taking on other people's fear or health.
Yes.
So it's really, really powerful for you to remind yourself. I have this center undefined too, of I trust myself, I trust myself, I trust myself, because it comes back to you having this freaking generating energy, this
Oh, yes.
sacral energy of doing what you love, period. And I think that we can make it, or I'll speak for myself, I can make it definitely more difficult at times for myself, of there has to be more ways, or maybe a longer waiting period, whatever the case may be. But it's trusting that everything is happening and occurring in divine timing
Mm.
and for a reason. And anytime that we are trying to initiate as generators, it's further conditioning us versus deconditioning and stepping into a higher alignment, a different
I
path
love
to
this.
experience more.
So,
Yeah.
as a woman who's like here making money and telling women, okay, we've got to like initiate a connection to clients. We've got to initiate this. Is is it helpful to me as a business owner to have a sales team so I'm not having those necessary sales conversations? Is that why? So many people have different ways that they interact with their clients, different funnels. We teach this in the PPP program. And for me, I lean into not having um, a billion one-on-one conversations myself. I have as many as I can, but I have a sales team that assists me. So is that making sense as to why that feels good for me and my human design?
Mm-hmm. Totally. And it also comes in with really the last really important piece in human design that I like to share is, or for this is, again, type, strategy, and authority.
Right.
So type being generator, strategy being to respond, right? Listening to these yes, no, no for now. Fear can also show up here too. And fear can feel quite contracting, like, ooh, okay, I want to invest with that coach, I want to invest with that mentor, but I'm feeling really excited. It's this contraction, but this excitement behind it. And I share with my generators, trust that.
Yeah.
Go for it, right? Because it's either you're going to let fear win, or you're going to let your human design you're going to let God guide you. Anything that really excites you, if there's a fear behind it, go for it. That's what I want to share there.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
love that. Recently, I've been so reinvesting into the business, thousands and thousands of dollars. And there's always that conditioning, right? Of, oh,
mhm,
but you lived in a trailer park before. Like, you don't want to spend the money that you're making.
mhm,
Or family will say things like, wow, you're making so much. What happens if one day it's not like that? And I'm like, oh no, God carries me, and like my business is always growing, it's always going up. But I'm having to choose those beliefs. That is what I choose.
mhm,
And I know that those fears still come up, and I still get that contraction
mhm,
sometimes when I go to spend money. And it's my challenge to myself to go, oh, no, 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 no. Like the only way we got here was by taking faith and by scaling, by multiplying the gifts God's already given me.
mhm.
So that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Totally, because again, and what I'm hearing is that you're holding awareness of these conditionings that are coming from outside of you.
Yeah.
And by you, to answer your question in regards to, initiating, that comes down to you following your human design in making bigger decisions, right? So, what I recommend for you is you have what's known as emotional authority. I have emotional authority too. And this is around half of the population.
Okay.
So, you're designed to make big decisions waiting at least 24 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mhm.
24 hours.
So, it
So
could
like for
be
a new hire, I should wait 24 hours.
according to human design, according to your unique human design, it can be really helpful because you can start to experience this high of like, yes, this is it, this is it, this is the client, or this is the strategy, whatever it might be. And then there's a low of like, maybe there's more people, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And so you have to ride this wave in order for you to experience more neutrality within yourself. And when you feel more neutral, which is something that I coach my one-on-one clients with, these emotional and embodiment release tools to experience more neutrality, is asking yourself this question: would this decision make me happy?
That's very simple, very
Mm-hmm,
effective.
mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm,
I love that. And I have led that way with my business to get where I'm at. Like
mm-hmm,
in in other areas, I haven't.
mm-hmm,
And this is the year where I say no. If you're listening to the podcast and you're like, what is going to make me happy in 2024? It sounds like you're saying every single step we take, we should be asking, is this going to make me happy?
for any big decision for you specifically, it's asking yourself, correct, yes, would this decision make me happy? And with these day-to-day decisions, it's tapping into your sacral center, tapping into, okay, what's in front of me, how does my body feel, and can I listen? So following these yeses and honoring the nos.
I love it.
So something else that I was actually curious on as I was looking at your human design chart, and something that we have conversed about, is I'd love to hear a little bit more about why you feel that helping women make money is a part of your purpose.
Yeah, I think it comes back to what you're seeing in my chart as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know I was made to lead, and I can see a bigger potential. Like everything you're saying is making so much sense
Mm-hmm.
because I can see someone's potential and I can see their vision before they have it. Like I know for you even I said, Mallory, I see you being more than a human design mentor. You're a life coach. Like
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing is transforming someone's whole life. It's not just like optimizing one little area.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it would be nearly impossible for me to hire you and just go, oh, help me optimize this one thing, because
Mm-hmm.
your heart would be to optimize everything, like an entire
Mm-hmm.
life revamp. And I
Mm-hmm.
could just see that, like, there's the energy. So I love seeing people's purpose. I think it's a gift God gave me to see, like what you just said, those rose colored glasses, see
Mm-hmm.
someone's full potential, and then also give them the tools to pull it out of them, which is what I do in the Profitable Personal
Mm-hmm.
Brand Coaching Program. It's like, hey, you have this experience. you're either monetizing it and not making enough money, like you just don't know how to get to the next level, or you are not monetizing it at all. And you feel like you just need to get through some worthiness and you need to just take action on it, because we don't need to sit for a long time and think like, am I worthy? Am I not worthy? It's really like, am I skilled at this? Like, can I help people? And I can see that in someone, and just saying like, yes, you can, because all it took was one coach doing that for me. And then I had one person hire me as a consultant and just go, oh, Sophia, you're so much more. You're so much more. And so if I can do that for one woman, I feel completely lit up. And I have found a way to scale my business that is highly effective for every individual that comes into the program, for me to look at them and go, I see you. Now you need to see you. Let's bring you to your highest potential in business. So
Totally, totally. Thank you for reflecting this too, because as I look into your cross of incarnation, which is also something that I provide in a human design reading and that we really, explore more in one-on-one coaching and mentoring, is that for you, a part of this energy that you're here to be is to master different talents and skills over time.
ooh.
Yeah. So that is a part of this energy that you're here to be, and also really question and look at inconsistencies and patterns in order to move forward securely. So you are here to recognize inconsistencies and be able to, again, trust within yourself moving forward, right? Feeling into what path is healthy for me or not, which thoughts are healthy for me or not, and not only guiding your clients, but also your own life too.
I love it. Thank you so much for just it all makes sense. It's like little puzzle pieces coming into place of like why I do what I do. I know why, but like it makes sense to know the why behind my why. Like, because I always ask people like, what is your why? Because I believe drive isn't enough. It's got to take devotion to your purpose. And so like understanding why I'm devoted to that, even it's so helpful. So helpful. I'm sure people come out of sessions with you and are just like, whoa, like the just unlocked. Like, okay, so selfishly right now, the two things that I'm struggling with the most, that I'm like, I need support. I want to know what is the best way for me to go about scaling when it comes to like hiring people. And what I'm hearing from you is the 24 hours, but I'd love to know if you have more insight. And then also relationships, because I experience deep, deep dissatisfaction when I feel I'm not emotionally met. And I think that may be coming because I over initiate. It's like I'm over giving.
Yeah.
But yet when someone does that, sometimes I feel the ick. So help.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is great, and this is definitely, things that I love to help and what I've helped my one-on-one clients with. And specifically I'll start backwards. So within relationships, again, with the conditioning that we can experience as generators, and also personal conditioning, based on your own life. And that's something I'd be able to, hear in a more tailored container.
Yeah.
It's really getting curious on, okay, anytime that I feel myself initiating, whether that's on the dating apps, whether that's I see a person and I want to, go out and ask her this, whatever the case may be, anytime that I feel like I'm initiating, just take a pause. Just take a pause and get curious on, okay, having a relationship, and what I'm hearing is having a relationship is very important to me.
Yeah.
Right? Having a relationship is very important to me. And what I'm hearing is that I deeply know my aligned partner, my aligned person is coming my way. She's coming my way, period. And with that, think about it from the standpoint of, as you continuously follow what you love, here's the thing, it's so simple that as humans, we make it, even for within myself, we make it more complicated.
Yeah.
So it's going down to, as you simply just follow what excites you, aligned people, abundance, money, clients, relationships come into your world for you to respond to a yes, a no, or a no for now.
Okay.
Because anytime that you're out initiating, you're not able to feel into your sacral response. You're not able to feel into your body. And so by someone then recognizing you, by someone then coming into your world and you being able to respond, right? Or even if you're having a conversation, right? Even if we're having a conversation right now and I'm like, Sophia, does it feel exciting for you right now to maybe go out and try? Like go out on some dates and just see. You can then, even in that moment, you can then tap into your own energy and see, okay, if this is a bigger decision for me, let me ride my wave, because you're the only person that can determine that, right? Is this a big decision or not for me? So you're able to feel into riding your wave and asking yourself, okay, would this decision make me happy based on what I'm now responding to from Mallory, of going on these dating apps or going out and starting to explore, or getting in these different types of environments. So it all comes back down to honoring your type, strategy, and authority, honoring what really, really excites you. And from there, aligned people, occurrences, opportunities come into your world for you to then respond to.
Okay. And so with business, is that exactly going to be the same?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not like you have a different human design when it comes to business or your health or everything. It makes sense for all aspects of your life.
Correct.
Now, what happens though if you're working with someone or in relationship with someone who's also a generator, where there needs to be that someone's got to initiate something?
This is a great question. And again, this is something that, for example, like, how do I want to say this? So there's manifesting generators, and they are also designed to inform and initiate, or excuse me, inform and respond. So for them being a generator type, and for us being generators, that's, a little bit different. But for them, they are able to inform others of what's coming up for them. So what I have noticed and what I feel can also be helpful is truly, and I'm not just saying this, but from my own experience and from what I've also heard, for generators, it's so helpful to have a coach. It's so helpful to have a mentor, because you can then be able to plug in with your coach, for example, and they can share something with you and you're able to respond to that. Like if you're downloading, for example, like, oh, I'm dating this person, or I feel like I want to start dating again and I don't really know, like I'm kind of all over I don't really know, there's a lot going on. Your coach is then able, or mentor is then able to reflect, okay, Sophia, do you want to do that? Do you feel this person is right? Having someone outside of you is really important for generators to tap into their own responses, to tap into their own energy. So then you're able to allow yourself, for you personally, at least 24 hours to really ride the wave and see like, okay, this person or my mom or my friend reflected to me this thing. I'm not sure if you can maybe think of or analyze or feel into some of those. But that's how you can then respond. And it doesn't just have to come from you processing. It can also come from just random occurrences. I'm not sure if you can maybe process maybe your mom or your grandma or a friend saying, oh,
Yeah.
Sophia, like, have you been dating anyone? Or is this coming up? Or how's your business going? Or how many clients, like whatever the case may be. And those are all moments for you to respond. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So just looking, being aware of the times in my day that I can respond and using the people outside of me to really tap into how I feel, but then also asking myself the questions so that I can get a response when there isn't someone there, and then having a coach
Mm-hmm.
is probably the best way, because then you always have access to that. So if there's people listening, because now we're getting down to a few minutes, I want to make sure that this will be able to be saved as a live. If there's someone listening and they're like, I want to hire Mallory, like I just feel this intuitive pull towards her, I would love to know more about my human design. Well, how can they work with you?
Yes, yes. Yes. So how they can work with me is you're more than welcome to reach out to me again at verde.humandesign on Instagram. And I'm happy to share with you guys what I have to offer. And I'm also going to share it here. So you can work with me by booking a human design reading. I also offer life coaching services, but human design is really my area of expertise. Also filtering in with life coaching. I'm getting certified currently. And yeah, so you can work with me through human design coaching and mentoring. So either a reading, or you can do human design coaching and mentoring. And there's many different package options. You can either do 3 months, you can do 6 months, we can do monthly Zooms, weekly Zooms, bi-weekly Zooms. There's many different package options, and they all come with Voxer access.
Yeah.
So we're able to plug in Monday through Friday, and there's so much goodness. Different containers are also, you're able to join all of my programs that I run for the upcoming year. So there's many different options with that. And I love, love, love working one-on-one specifically. Also, I am hosting or offering a group program now for 2024. It's known as Unlock Your Soul, and
Ooh.
that is starting January 9th. So if you're curious to learn about your type, strategy, and authority, what we went over today, you get a free human design reading. And also, where you're able to unlock your soul, you're able to explore different areas based on, similar to what we went over today, your career, relationships, and your own truth. So those are 3 different ways you can work with me.
I'm sure everyone listening can just feel how sincere your soul is for this work. And I'm so proud of you for following your purpose and your design and building a business that feels so good and helps so many people. So many people.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for coming on this show, Mallory.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
giving me this gift of sharing the human design and sharing how beautiful a business you built. If anyone wants to join the program that Mallory joined, the Profitable Personal Brand Coaching Program, just shoot me a DM, PPB, and I will happily tell you more about it, send you some free training so you can at least dip your toe in. There's no obligation. I will send it to you for free just so you can see what it's like, so you can have the framework to build the business of your dreams. And we have plug and make money models that will allow you to cut content creation time in half and just take the guesswork out of it for you, and you be able to just pour your creative heart into it. It's not, you have to think about the strategy. It's just there for you. So if that sounds good, DM me PPB. And if you feel so led to work with Mallory, DM her at verde.humandesign. Thank you so much for being here, Mallory. Have an amazing day, and thank you for just blessing my heart with your energy.
Thank you so much, Sophia. I hope you have such a great day.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.